What's up everybody, it's Jordy Skyline here. Welcome to Final Fantasy. Just tested my new microphone, just had it delivered yesterday. So we're going to face the timed quest with the Dread Behemoth as level 140, and it's going to be really challenging as well. Let's enjoy it. Got these shield shears we've got to deal with who are on a really low level, so we've got no problem with them. They're never a pain.
Guys, got a little problem over here.
Cool. Good, take care.
I didn't leave alone. I wasn't part of the deal.
You're on fire today.
No big deal.
Back to it. We've got the Dread Behemoth down there. All the rats. These are the kind of bosses as well, but also we've got shell. There's a metal as well, which you could use for elements and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty good one to add.
How's on?
Nothing. So the Dread Behemoth just put the whole land into
One false move and
a bit of an icy patch.
Just keep it to the pronto.
Counts up. Bang! Love it. I know for a fact that it worked out one time, and I wasn't able to chuck a fireball to try and do a bit of damage to the Dread Behemoth there, and it was a bit hard really, but I'm not sure if it's to do with timing or I don't know really, but there you go. God, been hurt there. Everyone regroup. Any ideas? Anyone? Getting by? On top of it, impeccable. Knew I could count on you. Don't mind if I do. So you get a prawn antenna to break off the thing. Now we got a parry and bang! Doesn't usually happen that often, but more importantly it doesn't bug out on my occasion. Radio's gonna do an impulse. So it's done a bit of damage on the what's it, but yeah, there you go. Now we set a light. Oh, there you go guys, see that's what I mean. Ignis, of course. Oh wow, that's weird. Pronto, you're up. That hurt. On top of it. What are you doing? By the way, guys, not only I've wanted to have a microphone, obviously I'll potentially do a couple of commentary, well, maybe plenty at least, for Final Fantasy. Depends on what I come up with, really. Tomb Raider's going to be amongst it, even Rocket League as well, depending on what comes out or what returns. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see what comes out. I'd love to get the Fast and Furious pack from Rocket League, since it contains, you know, the Pontiac Fiero, the what you call it, Dodge Charger and Nissan Skyline. It's one of the best cars that everyone likes. Nissan Skyline is just the best because of the design of it as well. Dodge Charger is quite menacing, but it's also like really mean, as somebody obviously mentioned before. But yeah, the Pontiac Fiero obviously has got some sort of rocket on top of the thing, which you're not going to be able to equip anything else on top of the roof. So that's the way they designed the thing. But other things I'll be looking at soon for Rocket League, if they come back soon, maybe the Porsche 911 GT3, and also what you call it, a Lamborghini Huracan STO, yeah, something like that. So it'll be worth getting, they'll all be worth getting, and hopefully I'll try and get the Humble song, hip hop classics, and yeah, try and get the nostalgic new song. I've uploaded the video. It was in Deadeye Canyon, the Oasis one. Obviously, we did a double and beat somebody who scored about 8 goals. I think my team did. Well, it was just 2-2, obviously. But yeah, we scored 8 goals, and we I think the other team probably scored about 1, 2 or 3. I don't have a clue, but yeah, one of them had the Niji song as well. I really like it as well. It's so good. See how tired I was supposed to attack, but because I used a potion there, couldn't really think about doing any counter damage there. See, I remember my first timed quest. Obviously, I've done a massive playlist of this video, of this game, but yeah, my first timed quest was the Dread Behemoth, this one here in Cape Cayenne. But then the second time I faced it, the second time I did a video with this, was with the Triam as well, and it was dead challenge. It was really challenging, and not only that, it took about 47 minutes to I think that was the length of the video as far as I'm aware, but it was very challenging as well, and yeah, it took a while, but it was challenging at the same time. parry that Behemoth's attack there, but nothing happened. So also I'll be doing some walkthroughs of every dungeon, even the second dungeons as well, doing both like together. But obviously the last one I'll be doing Cosmos Tower. I mean, I've done all these before, and I've obviously uploaded them. I've only uploaded like defeating the menace, like at the very bottom of the dungeons. One of them I had to do second time round because the audio was a bit awkward. I mean, it was obviously on PS4, but yeah, basically I had to do it again, and yeah, this time it was a bit of better audio this time round, and I was happy with that. Managed to get it complete. Not only that, I looked back at it and I was like, get in. That's what I wanted. I didn't want like audio being 1 second or 2 behind the video, but yeah, it was a bit weird really. So I managed to do better this time round, but also I had to defeat the Bill Rost in what's it called, Cosmos Tower. That's one of the hardest that you can try and complete, but it's impossible because you've got to do it without using potions and all that. But you can do it, but it depends on how you can play and how you can stop the attacks from other enemies, so it's very challenging at the same time. But yeah, Cosmos defeating the Bill Rost is dead hard. Well, the Bill Rost ain't hard, it's defeating some of the others on like high levels as well, so but even when you're attacking, you're thinking about how you want to defend against the attacks as well, and it's quite hard. So but yeah, I will be doing that soon. I will do a whole walkthrough of also doing every dungeon in Final Fantasy 15, but I will also try and do a hunt of one of them whilst I'm there. Maybe do the Serpent in Quest channels and add that into there, and then obviously go ahead and defeat the menace that's right at the bottom of what you call it, right at the bottom of Creston channels, so it'll be quite challenging as well.
Yep.
Yeah, some of these dungeons were quite easy with some of the menaces I had to defeat. Some of them were on lower levels as well, and they were quite easy to take out within like 2 or 3 or 5 minutes, but Bill Rost, he's not hard actually, but he actually has got a fiery attack from his mouth. Sometimes when he puts his neck up in the air, he's going to spray fire out, so the best sort of outfit to go up against him would be the thermal suit, which is what you wear as the Xenorous power plant. They would be the best things to wear just so it shields you from, or even if it attacks you, you're invulnerable from the fiery attack, so they're pretty useful to use. As soon as you defeat this Dread Behemoth, you get 200 quest points, and you can use them for whether it's ability points or anything else. I'll show you after that. You also get an Afro sword as well, which is attack 503. Yeah, the Dread Behemoth is a bit of a menace to defeat, but when you start leveling up a lot more and you get a lot more high, you can start doing more damage, especially on depending on what you eat as well. So it makes it more effective. Even if you want to defeat the Dread Behemoth along with the type tree ant. And yeah, I failed to count. I did try to counter that, and Narc ended up using his sword, but yeah. If you're going for the Dread Behemoth and the tree ant, which is actually around long life, if you try that, the best food to eat is the long life peat. So you get adamantoise meat, and you get Kedia ginger as well, which you also normally get around Rabbitoh. So you get them at the volcano, but you also get them on the other side near Pidios Ruins as well. But anyway, about Pidios Ruins, it took me quite a bunch of attempts to try and park up on the other side of Rabbitoh, and it was quite hard really to try and get the landing right, but other than that it was quite challenging as well. But then I was glad that I actually managed to get the landing right and camp there. I was camping there for quite a long time as well until I decided I want to start camping in other places as well to see if there's any other camping spots, to see if there's any quests that whether it's Gladio, Ignis or Prompto that what they want not to do as well. So yeah. So again, you ended up attacking with a sword, sometimes with countering with a fireball. It is hard, but the only time I've always ended up doing it perfectly was in some of the dungeons, and also knowing how to execute it as well with like Magitech enemies and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what you get. So you can tell now we're in a home stretch. Nearly defeated this big beast, who's a right menace.
Okay.
Watch out!
Finally that worked. Sometimes it can take a while to try and execute it really, but you know, it depends on how long you have to wait until you get to count.
We must regroup!
Yep. Us?
Oh, that! Don't go down on me now!
No way!
Also guys, by the way, I've got the Omega Unleashed. I also bought the Royal Pack from Final Fantasy 15 PlayStation Store. It also contains like first view of Narc, and also get some extra quests, but also more importantly, you can drive the Royal Vessel as well, and you can try and catch some really good rare fish around. So some of them will be quite hard to get, but the biggest ever fish that I had to get in the waters near Cape Cayenne was one that made tuna, but I can't remember what sort it was, but yeah, it made a recipe for Ignis to think about, and it came out with tuna in the end. But yeah, it was one of the hardest fishes I've ever found, and it's huge. But I have also uploaded a bunch of other vids, such as catching one of the biggest ever fishes at the Vespa Pool. It's a regal arapaima, I think it is. I'm pretty sure, but one of them as well I did for Gladio as well. Whilst camping at Vespa Pool. It was quite challenging actually, but it took quite a lot of attempts to try and do it. Right, he's dead now, which is awesome.
One propped up.
Alright, so you see here we earned 200 quest points, which you can spend. Obviously I'm a level 120, which is maximum, and I get 30,390, so yeah, it's pretty good. But obviously if you weren't 120, you'd have got a lot more than that.
Well, then I gotta
Probably
be a
would have got
5-star
at least
character.
you'd have probably got
It's me.
at least over 80,000 or something like that, so that's what you probably would have got if you weren't 120 level yet. So alright, so we get a rare coin. Well, that's about it. We've also defeated the shield cheers a lot earlier before we took on the Dread Behemoth, but yeah, there you go. Also, if you were looking for some other types of foods, you can go up there. There's Tenebrian Oak just up there, if you want to go check it out. Obviously I've got loads, so yeah, let's head on back to Hammerhead. So yeah, if you wanted to complete side quests, or even complete them after you've beaten the game, after you've defeated Arden, you can do different types of side quests from wherever they are. And if you wanted to do them second dungeons, if you really want to get them done, then you can go to Old Esma at Meldacio, and you can defeat the menaces at the bottom of the second dungeons. And mind you though, you'd have to prepare really well, but if you're going to do Costlemark, I wish you the best of luck, because it's one of the hardest ones to ever do, ever. Because you're not going to be able to use potions. You could take foes, you could use your Moogle plushies as well and what have you, and that's about it. But it is very hard to do as well, so you'd have to come up with the best tactics, whether it's weapon-wise
Civilization nearby.
or
Nothing wrong with the outdoors, but
you can
there's
get
definitely safety in that.
you can get new powers, new rings,
Let's go shopping.
for so your four friends. So gear here, you can select Noctis, you get different weapons, you can have accessories as well to pick the best ones that you think is useful to you, and you can use whatever clothing you want. It doesn't really matter. Then you look at Gladio, you want to use the best weapons as possible. So I got obviously I got the Apocalypse, which was I'm trying to remember now where I got them from. I'm pretty sure it was one of the second dungeons. I think it might have been Crest Old Channels, I think, but I could be wrong. Or actually it might be Foshaw, I think. Foshaw Hollows. I think that might be in there, but yeah, you're going to want to equip the best weapons possible. and even if you want to use the Ring of Lucy, which I've got right here, yeah, the Ring of Lucy right here, if you want to use that, that's the best thing to use, because then at least you can use them on some easy enemies you can take out, whether it's wasps or Havoc fans or anything like that, really, depending on the health and how difficult it might be. But yeah, pack the Ring of Lucy in there, also something as well, and you could do Elemency or anything else like that, really. So yeah, that's all you can get. Alright guys, so I'm also going to leave it to it now, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.